Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Rosewater. And in the last episode, guys, we were able to get inside that room in Dr. Clark's laboratory and see the full scale of these very strange experiments he's been doing with aethericity. Now, we also were able to gain access into the artifact room for the Luminarians and discovered that the good doctor is nowhere in the area, but possibly in El Presidio, so that is the next stop. Now, we need money to get there, so we are about to turn in the article that we wrote about Gentleman Jake, and hopefully that'll get us the money that we need to get out of here. We'll see if the article passes the smell test.
See you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some aurum.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following Jake around, gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear it. I like writers who go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
Let's get their opinion on Clark and the Luminarians.
Say, did you ever get a chance to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
Not personally, but I did attend one of his demonstrations at the Opera House back before the ban. The man knew how to put on a show, I'll say that much. Pity it all came crashing down in the end.
Have you encountered the Luminarians?
What in the ether is a luminarian?
Oh, they're in the ether, all right. They're a community of folks living near Dr. Clark's old lab who have designated themselves protectors of his artifacts. They believe Dr. Clark transcended into the ether and joined some luminous beings that live there.
That's some wild stuff. But I publish newspapers, not copper novels.
Yeah, but they're actually a real community in this area. I think that'd be something to report on. I don't think we're going to ask about an advance on the article. There are still 2 windows to break.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are.
But let's go ahead and hand over the article.
I hope this is good enough.
Yeah, me too, Harley.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see. Not even in town for a day, and Spitfire Harley makes her comeback. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Oof, laying it on a bit thick at the end there, aren't you? Still, I asked you to make the town look good, and you delivered. I appreciate a writer who can take editorial direction. We'll work on the subtlety later. Not bad, Harley. Not bad at all. A few snips here and there, and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed.
Huzzah! Ooh, that was...
Now I know what I'm working with, I'll have a think about your next assignment.
About that. I'm leaving for El Presidio with Gentleman Jake. We're after Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Whatever we find, I've got a feeling it'll make a hell of a story.
You're right about that. Tales from the wild frontier are in vogue these days, and folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. All right then. Clark's missing fortune it is.
I've got something else.
Oh? Do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Beaumont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid, all their crops were torched.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
I'm glad you think so, because their leader wants their story told. She's willing to be interviewed. She gave me this statement, too.
Powerful stuff. I'll pay a visit as soon as I can and see for myself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
Well, boss took all of that quite well, I have to say.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there.
Stellar. Anything new, sir?
Excuse me?
I'd love to chat, Miss Legere, but I'm a bit occupied at the moment.
Don't let me distract you, then.
Fair enough. Now we need to see about... Who else can we find here? Can we find Gem? We need to track Gem down. Oh, speak of the devil. Maps
for sale! Get your maps here!
I must admit, I admire the kid's gumption. His orthography, not so much.
It's a work in progress.
You just keep turning up like a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you, too.
I'm nearly afraid to ask, what in the Sam Hill are you doing now?
I'm selling maps of the town.
To whom exactly? Near as I can tell, I'm the only new arrival. The locals in the market for maps of a town you can circumnavigate in 10 minutes.
You're a real stick in the mud, you know that?
Now let's get right to business here.
You have something that doesn't belong to you.
Could you be more specific?
Lola Johnson's watch. I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
Threaten, bribe. Let's start with persuasion, then we'll move on to the heavies.
I think you'll find it in your best interest to give me that watch back.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Threatened with the sheriff, but he's probably been threatened with the sheriff before.
Because you're better than this, Jem.
What's that supposed to mean?
Look, I get it. You think this whole Artful Dodger act is fun, but if you keep it up, it's only a matter of time until your little game turns into the real thing. Take it from me. This isn't a road you want to go down.
How do you know?
Kid, don't fool yourself. You think you own this town. That's because the most exciting thing happens around here is when some yahoo gets tossed out a window. I grew up in Lamplight City. The Chum, to be exact. Ever heard of it?
Oh,
That little stunt you and your brother pulled before? Know how that would have played out there?
how?
He'd have had his throat slit as soon as he was caught, and you'd have 2 bullets in your back for running away. Now, is that really the kind of life you want?
Fine, you win. Here's the damn watch.
I think that was very persuasive, don't you?
Appreciate it. Now go home and read some books. You'll thank me for it later.
Now, did you steal anything from us? Check our inventory. Oh, convince Jem to give up his criminal ways? Was that easy?
I should get this back into the right hands.
Let's check the saloon first before we go ahead and do that. Everyone just playing cards like nothing happened. We press the red candy-like button. And, oh, we can't go upstairs. Alrighty. I think our time in town is very quickly about to end. We'll head up the street here.
Locked.
And we can't grab any more rocks. That's probably going to be used to crack Jem over the head if we so wished. Well, Lola should appreciate the fact that she's going to get her watch back. Hopefully.
Here, I believe this belongs to you.
I'll be damned. Where did you find it?
Jem had it.
I might have known. Little bastard. Well, one good turn deserves another. I'll knock 10 crowns off my fee.
Crime does pay.
Here's your fee.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside town at sundown. We'll head out then.
And 42 crowns. It's a good number. Life, the universe, and everything. Wow. That is some prime accommodation. Like a
There you are.
Western Winnebago.
This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules. Rule 1, I'm your driver, not your friend. While we're moving, leave me be. That means no yammering in my ear about how pretty you think the mountains are. Rule 2, we stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule, everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood. This ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker, so stick with me and you'll be fine. If you've got any questions, now's the time to ask.
Are we gonna die of dysentery?
Just how long do you expect this journey to take?
I reckon it shouldn't be more than 8 or 9 days, weather permitting. Anything else?
We really take travel distance in the modern day for granted.
Regarding your first rule, what if we have an emergency?
Then tell me. Just don't bother me with small talk. I need to concentrate on driving. Anything else?
You said you're a tracker? What's that mean exactly?
It means I'm good at finding things. One of you gets lost, or we're hunting our supper and need to trail an animal, I can do that.
So, like a bloodhound?
No, like a tracker. Compare me to a dog again, and you're finding yourself another ride. Understand?
Oh, apologies. I didn't mean to offend.
Folk rarely do. Anything else?
And how she reacted to that, we're not going to mention about us making the rules, so...
We understand. You'll have no trouble from us.
All right then. Let's get a move on. Time's wasting.
Travel montage?
We are off, with the first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Presidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark.
The journey begins, set off across western Vespuccia.
We have but a few days' travel before us, through the desert and mountains to reach the coast. I am rather looking forward to getting a better view of this part of the country.
Oh, look at the horny toad. Used to have horny toads all the time.
Should the scenery lack for diversion, I
Where I
suppose
lived.
I'll have recourse in the fellowship of my new traveling companions. Now that we've assembled in this unlikely venture, perhaps it's time we got to better know one another.
Oh dear.
Feels good to be underway at last.
Yes, though I must admit I tend to become restless on long trips.
Well, we got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
I would try to sleep as much as possible. Well, let's go ahead and observe.
Lola must be a reader. Always nice to have some books around.
Mm-hmm.
None are in the red, so I guess that's good. None are in the red. That's what keeps this heap going. Makes it pretty hot in here, too.
Someone rolled down a window.
In case we need to dig ourselves out of trouble. We're set for fuel for a good while. Jake's luggage. I could put everything I own in that suitcase and it would hardly cover the bottom.
Man likes his accessories. Ooh. Drywood, Hellfire Pass, Las Virgenes, El Presidio, Devil's Hollow. Okay. Great, so El Presidio is basically where LA is. Because there's the drop-off into Mexico. Wrath Valley, Silent Ford. Where is Rosewater? Purgatory Gulch. Drywood, Hellfire Pass. Oh, there's Rosewater. Okay, Rosewater's right on the border. Interesting. Okay. Rosewater's actually fairly close to... Well, no, those are Rocky Mountains. I'm trying to think about where it is where I grew up in New Mexico. Alright, we'll just continue on. Got cards. We can go this way, but I don't want to offend Lola. He said he was restless.
Phil?
Señorita?
You're very polite, Phil, but please, call me Harley.
What is wrong with Señorita?
It's not my name.
Ah, but it is a sign of respect. I would never dream of addressing a new Spanish lady by her given name.
Well, things are different here.
As I am learning. If you wish it, it will be so.
Appreciate it. Will this be your first time visiting El Presidio?
It will. I have heard many tales of this so-called Mouth of the West. I am curious to find out which ones are true.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you. You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big, but from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
When did you return to the Autumn?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Autumn were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
Gotta spread those wings.
You said the Autumn took you in. They aren't your people?
No. I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came from?
No, I've considered it, but it's complicated. Perhaps someday.
So how'd you become a healer? Did you go to school?
No. I mean, I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
You said Doc Sedgwick was your guardian? What about your parents?
I never knew my mother. She died soon after I was born. My father worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
My mother died when I was young too, and our father took off long before that, so it was just me and my brother on our own.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's good you had someone to look after you.
He was younger, so it was me doing the looking after.
I'm sure you did an excellent job of it.
I can only hope so.
Just gotta find that
Hey,
common
I see
ground.
something up ahead,
Oh.
by the side of the road. Looks like some kind of castle.
Wagon's slowing down.
Guess it caught Lola's eye too. Let's have a look.
Okay.
Now that is some truly impressive architecture.
Do you think so? Truly? That it does impress?
I like it.
Is this your work?
I am indeed visionary, architect, and soul laborer. My name is Villius Circus. What you see before you is a monument to love.
How do you mean?
This is my marriage proposal to my darling Martha. Every stone you see has been placed by my hand with utmost care. Soon it shall be completed, and my castle will have its queen.
Damn, feller. You're making the rest of us menfolk look bad.
Oh.
I'm going into town to pick up a few things. I'll see y'all back on the wagon.
Where are we, I wonder?
I'll come with you.
Kind of reminds me of the guy who's building the Crazy Horse monument away from Mount Rushmore. Okay.
This fellow's been busy. No doubt about that.
Guy's playing Minecraft in real life.
Not sure what's in them, but they look heavy.
Or I guess in this video game real life.
Suppose it gets the job done. Eventually.
It's a bit paradoxical, isn't it?
I can't even begin to imagine how many stones it took to build that thing.
Okay. I guess let's get everyone's opinion here.
I really do admire this gentleman's dedication. It's rare to find someone so committed to anything.
Poor bastard. Hope this is all worth it for him.
As do I.
Yeah, like the fact that she's not here, I wonder what the situation is.
Madre mia. Never before have I seen such a romantic gesture. This Martha is a lucky woman.
Maybe.
If someone did such a thing for you, what would your response be?
Mostly, I'd be astonished. Nobody's ever done something like this for me, and I don't expect they ever will.
Oh, that is sad.
Just the way of things.
You know, I can't help but remember the time I made a grand declaration of love. Wasn't quite this elaborate, but it came close.
And what was the lucky lady's name?
Meredith. She was something real special. Shame it didn't work out between us. Hope things go better for this feller.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the feller.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
There's plenty of ways to profess your love. Why a castle?
I am architect and engineer by trade. Building things is what I know. And my beloved Martha always loved castles. I thought this would be fitting. She will be so surprised when she sees it. I cannot wait to see her face.
You have an interesting accent. Where do you come from?
I am from Lithuania. I came to Vespuccia to work on railroad and build bridges.
And how has this country treated you, compadre?
Very well. I have had many opportunities. The money I earned allowed me to build my dream.
Oh, well, that's good.
I want to hear more about this Martha. How did you meet her?
Her father was chairman of rail company where I worked in Rampton. He introduced us.
And you started courting?
For a time, yes. Then my work brought me to Western Vespuccia, but we have corresponded. I send letter every month.
Hang on. When was the last time you saw Martha?
Just before I came here. 7 years.
Whoa.
You're telling me you haven't seen Martha in 7 years, and you've built her this castle hoping she'll marry you? What if she says no?
She will not refuse me. Not when she sees what I can give her. But perhaps you will see for yourself. I sent her telegram to invite her here, and she sent a response. Today, she will be here.
Oh, I'm so glad we get to witness this.
Is it your intention to actually live in this place?
Of course.
Wouldn't it help to have some doors?
All in due time. My dear Martha has delicate constitution. Desert heat will be good for her health.
Does she have problems with her breathing?
Yes, I believe so. Often when I would visit, her housemaid would say she was too ill to see anyone.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, but maybe she has TB.
You said you built this all by yourself? How'd you manage that?
As I said, I am engineer by trade. There are plenty of stones all around. I simply gather and place them.
So have you been building this castle for 7 years then?
About that long, yes. I began at once when I moved here, so that I could bring Martha here to live with me as soon as possible.
Caramba.
Great work takes time.
I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Ooh. Okay, well, let's go this way then. We slightly moonwalk. Oh.
Harley, does it seem to you that something is not quite right about Mr. Circus' story?
I had that thought, yes.
I have a suspicion that the lady over there might have some clarification to offer.
Yes, indeed. Ooh, public baths.
Too bad we haven't got more time to spare. I could use a wash. Last point in. Doesn't inspire much confidence, does it? Guess nobody wrote in today.
Mm-hmm. And are you Martha?
Ma'am?
Yes?
Your name wouldn't happen to be Martha, would it?
Why, yes it is. Martha Ward. Do I know you?
No, but I've heard lots about you. Mr. Villia Circus told me all about you. I believe you know him?
Only too well, I'm afraid. I just want this unfortunate business concluded so I can go home to my husband.
Wait, you're married?
Quite happily, 6 years last June.
Santa Maria.
Does Mr. Circus know that?
No.
Oh.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, no.
Mr. Circus told me you've been corresponding all this time.
Is that what he said?
He claims to have sent you a letter every month.
And they've each gone straight into the fire. I would have thought he'd get the message after years with no reply. But he's left me no choice except to come here and spell it out for him.
How did you and Mr. Circus meet?
He worked for my father's company. We were introduced at a Yuletide soiree. He was pleasant enough, but then he began calling on me at home. I didn't wish to encourage him, but he kept pursuing me anyway.
Did you ever actually tell Mr. Circus you weren't interested?
I gave him no favorable sign. Eventually, I stopped receiving him with my father's blessing. He imagined a better match for me than some associate engineer. Thankfully, Mr. Circus was reassigned to Western Vespuccia after a few months.
Is your husband aware that you've come here?
Oh, heavens, no. He'd be furious. I left him a note saying I was going to visit my sister. Naturally, he has no idea Circus even exists. But he's very protective.
Oh, this seems like a horrible situation all around.
Is the desert heat making you feel better?
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Circus said it might help your delicate constitution.
Yes, I suppose he would think that. You see, when I didn't wish to receive him, I would instruct my staff to make excuses. Say I wasn't feeling well, or away taking the water somewhere. It wasn't entirely forthright of me, I admit, but Circus was vexatiously persistent.
Enjoy your day, ma'am.
You as well. And if you see Mr. Circus again, please don't tell him I'm staying here. I'll go and speak with him when I'm ready.
Yowza.
I cannot believe that fool spent all his time chasing a married woman. Has he no shame?
But he had no idea that she was married. At least allegedly. Oh, sir.
Pardon me, Mr. Circus?
Yes, ma'am?
Yep.
Mr. Circus, there's something you should know about Martha.
What? What is it?
Well, it turns out she's married. Has been for 6 years.
What? How do you know this? Did you meet her?
Yes. She said she would come speak to you when she was ready.
Ah, this explains everything. When I did not hear from her, I blamed this country's ineffectual postal service. But clearly this brute has kept her from writing. Or even hidden my letters from her.
No, you don't understand.
Oh, I understand. I understand very well. She would not have agreed to come if she did not want to escape unhappy marriage.
Ah, right. I'll just be off for now. Thanks for the talk.
Goodbye.
Oh, I don't know what we're gonna do here. You can see the exact moment his heart breaks.
Ma'am?
Yes?
Mr. Circus seems convinced you're going to leave your husband for him.
And I'm sure Mr. Circus also believes pigs can fly.
How will you deal with him? He clearly won't take no for an answer.
I'll find a way. I'll just...
Martha!
Oh, Lord.
Bronson, what are you doing here?
I'd ask you the same. Why did you lie to me?
Oh, Bronson, I didn't want to, but I had no choice. Things are just so complicated.
What in the ether does that mean? And who are these people?
We're just going to let her handle it and say nothing.
Please, Bronson, I can explain everything.
Damn fine idea. Start by telling me what you're really doing here.
I came to deal with some personal business.
Personal business? What personal business could you have?
Say nothing again? Well, actually, no.
There's a reason it's personal. You don't need to know everything about your wife.
Like hell I don't. What business is this of yours, anyway?
Perhaps you should just tell him, Senora.
I have an unwanted suitor. I've come here to tell him to leave me alone once and for all.
You what? Where is he? I'll kill him.
No, you will not.
I will so. Tell me where to find the bastard.
Yeah, this is escalating quickly.
Hey now, get that bee out of your bonnet.
I've had it up to here with your cheek. I don't need your help. I'll find him myself.
Bronson, come back here this instant. I can't believe you. You've no idea what my husband is capable of.
Okay, well, we just tried to help was all.
I do not think that went very well.
No, it did not. And we are going to see what happens, guys, in the next episode. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.